So problem 29.9 states that although the evidence is weak, there's been a concern in recent years over possible health effects from the magnetic fields generated by electrical transmission lines. A typical high voltage transmission line is 20 meters above the ground and carries a 200 amp current at a potential of 110 kilovolts. And part A is asking us, what is the magnetic field strength on the ground directly under such a transmission line? So here we're going to be just using the Biot-Savart law for a moving charge. You can see that our top equation is just that very, very standard one, and our bottom one is specifically for the wire. I'm not going to show how that's derived, but if you want a refresher, it's in section 29.4. So my picture is basically just showing a power line situation with a person kind of, it's not quite in scale, but kind of in scale, with the height of that wire. And we're looking for the magnetic field strength directly to the ground. So in order to do that, we can see in our equation we have everything to solve just right away. So we don't have to do anything extra. We can just plug stuff in. And doing that, we get a total magnetic field strength of 2 times 10 to the negative 6 Tesla, or 2 microteslas. An interesting thing to consider, I thought, was a person is going to experience that to a greater extent than the ground, because that R is going to be maybe closer to 19 or 18.5 meters due to our height, but as we're going to see, that wouldn't change it to make that big of a difference. But yeah, that's the first part. Part B is asking, what percentage is this of the Earth's magnetic field of 50 microteslas? So we have our thing from the previous problem where we solved that the magnetic field of the wire is about 2 microteslas, and it gives us 50, so we're just going to do a standard percentage equation. So we get that this magnetic field is 4% of the Earth's magnetic field. And what that kind of indicates is that this probably isn't a concern, since there aren't any known health problems that we've experienced from the Earth's magnetic field, which is something like 25 times larger. It's doubtful that this is affecting us in a significant way. Perhaps if the wires were to be much lower, or humans were to be much taller, something like that, maybe, but this typical situation, they're not much of a risk. That's pretty much it, though. I think this problem is pretty simple, as long as you know that initial equation. It's not impossible to derive it from the Biot-Savart law, but it definitely takes some calculus, so it's helpful kind of to just know that equation. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening.